Hi guys, I'm Charlie Book Fanatic. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to do the Love, Simon book tag. If you don't know, Love, Simon is from the movie Love, Simon or Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, which is also a book by Becky Albertalli. I absolutely adored the movie and I really want to do a book tag based on it, and I don't know. I did create this tag myself. I saw it on an app called Books Amino. I don't know who the creator is, but I thought it was very cool. It has like all of these quotes and then a prompt to go with it where you have to choose a book, and I think it is very exciting, so let's get started immediately. I Like Your Boots talk about a cringy book romance. This one was one that popped into my head immediately. It's a series I really don't like. I've talked about it on my channel often. The couple I want to talk about is Cleo and Magnus from the Fallen Kingdom series. Forever, I will not understand why they are a couple, why this is a thing, and why people are shipping it. Liberal University, shout out your favorite diverse book. I have a lot of favorite diverse books, but I thought I would mention one that I haven't mentioned often enough, and that's The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli, who is also the author of Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, which is what this tag is based on. I absolutely love The Upside of Unrequited. It wasn't on my TBR initially, but I don't know. I need something for a readathon, I believe, and this one fit the prompt perfectly, and I was just like, why the heck not? And I decided to read it. This book is incredibly diverse. The main character's twin sister is a bisexual character. The main character has two moms. They are lesbian, and I think it's all very exciting. Also, the main character's sister has a girlfriend who is Korean American. It is all so diverse. It is an incredibly amazing book. The plot is also great. The characters are lovely. I really enjoyed reading this book and I would sincerely recommend it. Blue, talk about a book with a surprise ending, and I would go with Monster of Man, the third book in the Chaos Walking trilogy by Patrick Ness. I did not see that ending coming. It was epic. When I read the first book, I enjoyed it, but I didn't know if I wanted to continue on with the series, but I decided to continue on with it anyway. And the third book I read way after I read the first and the second book, and I really loved it. It's one of my favorite series of all time now, and I cannot believe I'm saying that because I didn't expect it to get this far when I read the first book. But I really love it, and the ending was something I did not see coming. I absolutely loved the ending. It was an amazing conclusion to the series. A goddamn superhero. Talk about a book scene that gave you secondhand embarrassment. I don't have a specific scene in mind, but I have a specific situation in mind, and that situation from Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom, and that's the whole situation between Jacob and his grandfather's ex-girlfriend. Yeah, let that sink in. I'm not going to say anything more about it, you just have to read the book. I DNF'd this book, I couldn't get through it. I tried to read it with my boyfriend and I never want to pick this book series up ever again. I didn't enjoy it at all, and the whole situation with Jacob and his grandfather's ex-girlfriend just creeped the hell out of me, honestly. Oreos, pick a book that is super sweet. More Than We Can Tell by Brigid Kemmerer. I got this book as a gift from my boyfriend. I already read it before that as an ebook, and this is one of my favorite books ever. I love Brigid Kemmerer. I love this book by her. The romance in this is so unique. It's between a girl who creates her own online game and this boy who has a very dark, very tragic past, who is with his adoptive parents now, and their relationships with their families, but also just their romance is so cute and so unlikely. You do not see it coming. They are from two different sides entirely, but how they end up in this, I absolutely loved it. I really like this book, and after this I will definitely pick up anything that Brigid Kemmerer writes in the contemporary genre. Ferris Wheel, a book that took you on an emotional ride. Becoming Clementine by Jennifer Niven. This is the third book in the Velvet Jean series. It has 4 books in it, and I cannot wait to read the 4th book. This is, again, one of my favorite series of all time. It is historical fiction, and this book takes place during World War II, and it really ripped my heart out. It is so heartbreaking, but also so heartwarming, because Velvet Jean is such an amazing, well-built character, and I cannot wait to read the 4th book and see how she ends up at the end of this story, because we experienced her whole life with her so far. We saw her grow up from this young girl to this young adult woman, and how she got through all of this is really admirable towards me. This is a book of empowering women. I love it so much. Like, I felt happiness throughout this book, I cried, I literally felt every emotion you could feel throughout this book, and I think that definitely makes an emotional roller coaster. Daniel Radcliffe face, your first literary crush. I have 2 answers for this one. The first one is Edward from the Twilight series. I don't particularly like the Twilight series now anymore, but Twilight did get me sort of into reading, just like the other character from a book I will talk about in a minute, and I really loved Twilight. Twilight was one of the first series I ever read, and I really enjoyed it. And Edward was my preferred choice. I didn't really like Jacob. The second character I want to talk about is Kai from the Match trilogy. I know a lot of people liked the first book and then couldn't get through the rest of the series. I was only like 13 or 14 when I got into this series, and it made me fall in love with reading all over again. I used to like reading when I was a child, but then I fell out of love with reading for a little while, and then I read Matched, and Matched made me want to start reading again. And Kai is one of the love interests in this book. There's a love triangle going on in this book series, but Kai was mysterious. He was an outcast. He was everything my young teenage heart wanted at the time. Love, Simon, a book with a happy ending that makes you believe in happy endings. I want to say a book, and bear with me, please. It is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Another book by Jennifer Niven, because she is one of my favorite authors. This is not the book you might think of with a happy ending, but I think the ending is very hopeful. It really shows how you can get through anything, really. I can't say much more about this because it will be very spoilery, but if you haven't read this book yet, please do. It is definitely a favorite book of mine, and I still really treasure it to this day, especially because I read at the right moment in time. I was depressed when I read this, and this book really gave me some comfort. It definitely made me believe in not really happy endings, but like there's light at the end of the tunnel, if you know what I mean. This is the Love, Simon book tag. Let me know down below any of your answers to these questions, or did you like Love, Simon the movie? Did you like the book? What did you like more, the movie or the book? I would love to know. Thanks for watching. Goodbye!